Mueller and alleged Russian interference continues to dominate headlines. A potentially more menacing foreign influence campaign is underway in American politics. One America's Chanel Rion reports from Washington.
Former member of the Reagan administration and founder of Center for Security Policy, Frank Gaffney, warns One American News that the Qatari-backed network Al Jazeera is a subversive tool with dangerous influence in Washington.
Al Jazeera, of course, is the wholly owned Qatari network that has been, I believe, an instrument of enemy propaganda. They are able, using press credentials, to gain access to places like, the White House, for example.
Rebranding themselves AJ+, Al Jazeera English has a worldwide audience of 220 million viewers. Gaffney says the danger of Al Jazeera and Qatari influence is its spiritual leader Yusuf al-Qaradawi, leader of the Muslim Brotherhood, whose mission is Sharia law world domination.
Sheikh Yusuf al-Qaradawi uses the power of Qatar, its money, vehicles like the Al Jazeera channel, all as instruments of advancing this toxic and, I think, deadly agenda of Sharia supremacy.
Benjamin Baird of Middle East Forum says Al Jazeera Arabic is blatantly anti-America, anti-Trump, and anti-Semitic, attacking Trump over 1,800 times since 2016. But on their English channel, AJ+, code their language to appeal to a liberal socialist market in the U.S.
Instead of perpetuating anti-Semitic tropes, they won't talk about Jewish power, they'll talk about Zionist influence.
Al Jazeera, in an open letter, called Trump a miniature of America, an ugly copy of an ugly state.
Well, I think the big irony with that is that while they are working to cozy up to the Trump administration, at the same time, Qatar, through Al Jazeera, is slandering Donald Trump.
Al Jazeera Arabic told its audience that, in the orchestra of Satan, Trump is the conductor, and counts as fans such figures as Hillary Clinton, who applauded Al Jazeera as real news. Gaffney says Al Jazeera directly reflects the Muslim Brotherhood's agenda and urges President Trump to designate the Brotherhood a terrorist organization.
The Muslim Brotherhood is one of the most dangerous organizations on the planet. It has spawned most of the terrorist organizations in the world.
After Trump's victory, Qatar hired 35 PR firms to influence U.S. public policy, spending $1.5 billion wooing a targeted list of 250 individuals close to Trump, says Baird.
Lavish trips to the Gulf, plying them with lucrative trade deals, consulting relationships.
The DOJ has not yet required Al Jazeera English to register as a foreign agent. Gaffney says this is an outrageous national security oversight.
We ought to regard the Al Jazeera network and its personnel as instruments of enemy propaganda. I personally would not have them have the run of the White House with press credentials there.
Ultimately, says Gaffney, Qatar, Al Jazeera News, and by extension the Muslim Brotherhood are meddling in American politics. To what extent they have interfered with elections is to be determined. Chanel Rion, One American News, Washington.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.